Hey there guys, it's Arva here, bringing you another F1 game idea. And before I start off with this idea, I just want to say a big thank you to you guys for the last response on the F1 Ultimate Team 1. You guys absolutely blew it up with 32 likes as I'm recording this, so it was amazing. And I actually managed to tweet it to Steve Hood and Andy Gray, who both replied. So if you're watching this video again, then thank you guys so much for replying to me. And so yeah, getting into this idea, as you can see, F1 1v1, and I need to also credit this idea with Hyperdix and his mate Dromatrix, and basically they were talking, and then Hyperdix was talking with me about this idea, F1 1v1. Now, to me, I think, you know, usually in the COD community you have that kind of saying, oi, one me, you know, kind of like, you know, if you think you're a better quickscoper than someone, or, you know, just generally a better player, that's what you say, and you go and do it, you know, in a custom game mode. And I think in F1, you could have something like that. Obviously, you can set it up yourself manually by creating a private party, changing the set, you know, doing the little setup tweaks to make 3 laps, blah, blah, blah. But I think it could be, you know, a lot more kind of official, I think, a lot faster as a game mode. Maybe like, you know, a separate game mode, F1 1v1, or maybe it's an option you can click straight away when you're choosing the options for the private lobby. And I think it could also be cool if you had like a leaderboard of your friends to see, you know, how many wins you won against each other. I know, like on FIFA, I keep on referencing FIFA in these ideas, but you know, they do have some great ideas. Obviously, I find myself a few other issues with the FIFA game, but you know, they do have some nice ideas with their online, the way they do it, and lots of stuff can be transferred over to F1. The thing they do is head-to-head seasons, and obviously they have the stats on how many seasons you've won, how many, you know, goals you score, blah blah blah. So you could have that kind of like, you know, see the stats, how many, you know, 1v1s have you won against this certain person, or how many have you won overall, blah blah blah, or how many have you lost. And I think the 1v1s could be put into 2 different categories. First, qualifying hot laps. Now, obviously, in this day in Formula 1, qualifying is still very important, and with the likes of Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, qualifying is a very, you know, competitive place in Formula 1 still. And people, you know, like Sebastian Vettel, they like to really get really nice and concentrated, hit every single apex. Lewis Hamilton with his really aggressive style, and Alonso as well. And I think qualifying pace is a really, you know, good show if you're a fast driver. I know the people I drive with in my F1 Afro League, you know, those guys are really fast at qualifying and in the race. So, you know, their qualifying pace is, you know, is really, really good. And I think it'd be cool if, you know, they had a way, especially the pros, had a way of kind of, you know, battling each other, like, you know, every day or something, you know, because you always want to try and beat your friends and, you know, kind of say, oh yeah, I'm faster than you. So it could kind of be a cool kind of competitive edge to it if you did a qualifying lap. So maybe like you have a rolling start, just like one shot qualifying, and then you could either do, you know, maybe, you know, you're allowed to tweak your setup, so you're allowed to go to every little bit of the setup as you can already, you know, changing aerodynamics and stuff like that. Or you could, you know, maybe turn that off and just give, you know, a standard average setup, so it's you, the driver, making the difference. You know, if you wanted an even more realistic thing, because sometimes I think setups are a bit too OP sometimes in terms of, you know, their, you know, the amount of lap time they gain for you. So if you wanted to really test yourselves against your friends, you could maybe do like an option that, you know, means you have the same exact setup, average setup, no understeer, no oversteer, no different sort of thing, just average, plain. And it could be really, really competitive, I think. And with the whole kind of system, also going back to my F1 Ultimate Team idea where you gain XP and stuff, you could also gain XP for this, and you know, if you win, you gain XP and a certain number of coins, and that can, I don't know, go into some other stuff. I mean, this is kind of going off on a tangent into another idea, but you know, like FIFA have the kind of their club system where you can buy rewards and stuff. Well, I know you guys at Codemasters work really hard on trying to get the different sort of helmets and stuff like that. It might be cool maybe if you had like maybe another 30 extra helmets or something like that that cost a certain amount of, you know, imaginary coins, and if you have enough coins you can buy that helmet off and unlock it, and it'll be like a really special helmet or something like that, or maybe a replica of like Sebastian Vettel's helmet or Fernando Alonso's helmet or something like that. And you know, it could just create a competitive edge and make people want to do the 1v1s every, you know, week against their friends. But you know, also they'd obviously just want to do it because, you know, it'll be kind of cool to beat their friends. Okay, coming on to the second part of 1v1 3-lap race. So basically, usually I'm going back to this comes to mind when I think of this. the Top Gear episode where they were battling the German, kind of Top Gear version, and they did that 3-lap race at the end where it was Stig v that German guy. They did a rolling start and they had 3 laps, and they saw who came out on top. So if you had that, maybe like a rolling start, both of you are level on a rolling start, like the one-shot qualifying, it flashbacks in to a rolling start, and you both get off the line on whatever track you got, 3 laps, and you got to see how, who gets the line first. And probably for that one, I think it would probably work better with average setups, because then it's fair to both parties, participating and stuff like that. And it'll just make it even more competitive. And obviously over 3 laps, you've got to be consistent as well for those 3 laps. And you got to also, if you're the guy in front and the guy behind you is just there, you got to also have some racecraft to defend from them. It could be a really cool idea. And again, with the coin system that I'm talking about, and implementing maybe like a reward system where you can unlock helmets and such things like that, it could really just fuel people to play online even more and kind of just make it a whole lot more competitive and fun. And I guess all these ideas I'm going to be coming up with, I think I've got 1 or 2 coming up in the next week as well. I think most of them are kind of just making online a bit more competitive. Obviously, myself being F1 gamer, I play a lot of career mode because I create that content for you guys on my channel. But, I would like to get into online a lot more. I only play online when I go on the Afro League, basically, and a few sprint modes here and there. Mostly because I don't, enjoy it enough to really keep on racing and racing. I think stuff like this will just make it a whole lot more competitive, a whole lot more rewarding and, enjoyable. And I think you'll really get, people like me who are kind of on the edge of, do I really want to go online for F1? Really get them into it. So yeah, please give this video a like if you enjoyed my ideas, and also Hyperdix and Drumtrix, credit to them that they also helped make this idea possible. And comment below if you think it's a good idea. Please subscribe if you're new for weekly F1 gaming content and other such things. And again, guys, please help me try and tweet this to Codemasters. It'd be really awesome if they could see the second video, because they did look at the first video and they did like it, and they said they would tweak a few things here and there. But the feedback was really great, and it's all about kind of getting feedback to them, because right now they're probably getting back into the office. Obviously, they're trying to think of ideas, probably brainstorming that meeting, boardroom kind of, with I don't know, I imagine 20 people around a table, imagining up ideas. So if we plant these ideas in their heads, they're gonna, bounce off it. Might not be the exact idea that we come with, but it might sort of grow from our idea into something else that might be really cool. So help tweet this out. I'll have their Twitter tags in the description. So yeah, I've been Alfred, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you guys next time.